Someone's coming through the forbidden door. Again. Who could it be?
Who
Could it be? Let's find out. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. Wrong one again. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I'm your host, Comic Book Bob. Here as always with my good friend, Hollywood Frank.
Boom, baby.
We are here every Tuesday, Eastern Standard Time, bringing you all the best news in wrestling. Yes, Courtney, Butterfingers Bob hits the wrong button again. But a lot of stuff to get into this week. Before that, let's go ahead and see what we got here. We go all the way back up to the top. Leg kick was first. He's like, "Hail, it will be Vince McMahon." I put out that tweet where Vince is like, "I fired myself." Oh man, how's it going, man? You're drunk. Fantasia said, "Hi guys, what's up, Fantasia?" Courtney, hey y'all. Courtney thinks it's either Cody or Keith Lee. We'll get into that. We got Hollywood, Fantasia, leg kick. Maldacito said, "Hi, people. Hi, what's up? How you doing, Maldacito?"
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Hello.
What's up?
What's up?
That's just what everybody's saying, "Hey, what's up, everybody?" So, before we get into all that, though, we got to get into our favorite segment: the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is an interesting week. I'm starting it off this week. Okay, so the good. I don't know how many of you guys saw it, but Randy Orton did an interview with Ariel Helwani. Helwani. You know how I am with names. I suck with names. But he had some very interesting things to say about how he feels the new generation of wrestlers just don't have the same level of respect when they come into the big leagues. He goes into why he thinks that is. I'm not going to go into it too much because it's an awesome interview. I think you guys, if you can look it up. And that segment, especially that question, you could tell, man, he was really, he was being very, very honest and very serious about it. It was really cool. It was a great interview. So even if you're not a fan of Randy Orton, it's awesome to see his perspective on that. And the things that he said, man, he spilled a little bit of tea. So it gives you an idea of kind of how the veterans view the NXT guys coming up. And just how that generation of wrestlers is very different from the way it was in the past. So let's see here. So that's my good. My bad is injuries in Japan. So everyone knows Kota Ibushi had bad shoulder injury. He had to basically vacate. It was during the match for the world championship. Couldn't finish it, and he's been out ever since. A lot of people were speculating that he was supposed to be back soon. Unfortunately, he's not going to be coming back anytime soon. That injury ended up being a lot worse than people thought it was. So speedy recovery to Kota Ibushi, and then just a little while ago, Keiji Muto, the ageless Keiji Muto, was forced to vacate the Noah Tag Team title due to a hip injury. Keiji Muto, who turns 60 in December, You know, I love Keiji Muda. I loved him when he was in Muda. He was the great Muda, and it's unfortunate, but hopefully he makes a recovery. Honestly, he's at the point now where I think he really needs to start considering retirement. Because I mean, like I said, he's 60, and old. It's like that saying from Blood of Heroes, man. Old bones don't heal like young bones. So, unfortunately, a lot of injuries over there. But speedy recovery to Kota Ibushi. Hopefully, he completely recovers from that, because we got to have that. We got to have that match between him and Omega. We have to. We have to, man. And the ugly is Ronda Rousey's attitude backstage is apparently pretty sour, and a lot of people are really upset with her about it. To the point where they've been talking to her and basically telling her, like, listen, you got to kind of let that stuff roll off your back. She's apparently still bitter about the way the fans turned on her and the way they talked about her and everything. And it's like, that's part of the job, girl.
Yep.
You gotta lay that let that stuff roll off your back like a duck, man. But
suck it up.
And a final note, condolences out to Dustin Rhodes, who lost his dog yesterday. Pets are family, guys, and it sucks when they leave us. So condolences to him, and that's my good, my bad, my ugly. Hollywood, what you got?
First off, I want to thank everybody out there. We are at 49 subscribers. Yes. 49. One away from 50. 50.
Yeah, 50
to get 50. So thank you, everybody.
That's the first milestone, man. Get to 50 and then get to 100 and see where we can go with this thing.
The good for me is I'm looking forward to it's coming is Hangman Page versus Lance Archer in that Texas Death Match tomorrow. Should be really good, hopefully be really good. Really good. And on a side note with that, I'm actually proud of Vince McMahon for kicking his son to the curb.
Oh my God, dude. The more stuff that comes out about that, it's just like, wow. That dude just took a dose of friggin' arrogance and just went nuts.
I didn't think Vince had it in him to do that to his son, but kudos to Vince for putting a hammer down on his son.
Oh,
he was out of control.
Wow, dude.
Wanting to be number one, wanting to be there, an Iron Man in that rubber match. And,
dude, just the fact that the stuff that he did get, like outstriking Matt Riddle, who's a legitimate MMA fighter, and then he wanted to be the number 2 guy. He wanted to be the last one out before Brock.
Yeah, but he was one of the final 4.
Yeah, he was one of the final 4, but he wanted to be number 2. He wanted to be the last dude to get thrown out. And I'm like, and then all this stuff with, all this stuff with freaking he was going to set up some kind of program with Seth Rollins, and he was going to go over Rollins. I'm like, what the hell is going through this guy's brain?
And want to be in a match with Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania.
Bobby Lashley would pop your head off like a freaking bottle cap. What are you talking about?
And then he's giving Randy Orton something, and Randy Orton's like, I'm not coming out to your damn music.
Oh yeah. And Randy Orton's just he's like, I ain't coming out to music. And that was the other thing too, is like he kept changing where he wanted to come in the Rumble, and then it's like he went, like the idea that him being first, considering that he was only in there for what, like 3 or 4 minutes, and he looked like he was gonna die.
Yeah, he was red, and
I don't.
Come on, guy's gonna be there for an hour.
That guy must have sweat at least friggin' a liter of friggin' sweat. He was drenched. I was like, dude, if you had been there, you would have had a heart attack in the ring and died.
My bad is, and it was Rob's ugly, but my bad is Ronda Rousey. I mean, she came out on Raw and was getting heat from the fans, and they want her to be a babyface, and she turned it around on SmackDown. But
Yeah.
she she needs a mouthpiece. We've said it before, and I'll continue to say it. She's not good on the mic.
She's terrible.
Some people are great. Some people are not good on it, and she really needs to have a mouthpiece out there for her. I don't know who it could be, but
at this point, I mean, we're always talking about Heyman, but that I think that ship is sailed. I just don't think he fits with her. At this point,
I don't know if you give her somebody like MVP. I don't know.
Honest, I don't know anybody that fits with her, man. You know, like back when she first came in, she was the MMA, star who was going into wrestling. That kind of fit with Heyman and Lesnar, something like that. But now, I don't know who you could put with her that feels organic. Maybe Pat McAfee.
Maybe I don't know.
I mean, we know he could talk. But yeah, dude, it's just like, and she even admitted, I guess she did like a game stream, which is it's nice that she's able to do that and nobody else is.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to do with. I mean, they got her versus Charlotte. I mean, I'd rather see her versus Becky Lynch. To be
Everybody wants her versus Becky Lynch. Nobody wanted her versus Charlotte. So
and my ugly, and it's. I think there are 4 segments into that. Alexa Bliss.
Dude,
I think it's at 4. They have 9 tape segments with that psychiatrist or whatever.
Dude,
9. They're 4 into it.
No. They're not 4 into it. The first 2. Okay, the first one was a full segment. Okay, the last 3 are the second segment split into smaller pieces. They're gonna pull this thing all the way through to friggin' WrestleMania, dude.
9.
I know.
9.
I know.
9.
They're saying that they think they're gonna pull that shit all the way through WrestleMania, and I'm just like, I was done with it after the first one. Courtney, go Bengals! Listen, Courtney, look, I know Cincinnati is John Moxley's hometown. I know they're from Ohio. But the Bungles can suck the pipe. Okay, we lived like Frank and me. We lived through the Sam Weiss years. Okay, I screw the Bengals.
well,
that's my opinion. I know you might have a different opinion.
I'm not a. I mean, Odell Beckham, worked his way out of Cleveland and to get to LA. I don't want Beckham to get a title. I really don't. If that means the Bengals have to get it over Beckham, so be it. I'm not a fan of Odell.
I just can't bring myself to cheer for friggin' because here's the thing. Half my family are Bengals fans and half my family are Browns fans. And my uncle, he's just like, he's over the hill. He's calling my dad up. He's like, who they gonna beat them Bengals?
Which one is that?
That's my Uncle John. And I'm listening to this and I'm looking at this going, I'm hoping that I get to do a what's his name? Stephen A. Smith. I'm hoping I get to do a how Stephen A. Smith is always making fun of the Cowboys. I'm hoping I get to do a Stephen A. Smith, my uncle. Because I'm just like went there again and lost.
Yeah, but that's my GBU. It's just like I said, the Alexa Bliss thing. It's just
I
don't know how long they're gonna draw this out with Lily, a new Lily and everything like that. Who knows?
Are they doing a new Lily? Are they doing?
I don't know. He had that Lily doll thing that he gave her, and who knows?
I watched. I stopped. I started watching this segment. I was like, I don't give a crap about this, and I left. I saw him give her the fake one. Did she like freak out or anything? Or
no?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see the segment from yesterday, so I have no idea what happened yesterday.
Yeah, I only watched part of Raw. I couldn't sit through all of it. But anyway, let's talk about the big story.
We got a poll up for you.
Yep, we got a poll up for everybody. If you haven't voted yet, please do so on who's coming through the forbidden door. And there's a lot of speculation. There's some very likely possibilities, and then there's some people just talking some crazy shit. There are people saying it's gonna be friggin' Shane, and I was like, if it's Shane, I quit.
People say it's gonna be Triple H.
Yeah, people say it's gonna be Triple H. I'm like, the dude is still recovering from heart failure. Come on, and Maldacino, you're such a dick. He got out of Cleveland.
Well, you know what? You know who's gonna be.
All right, so let's start off.
I know who's first. I know who's going to be.
Who's it going to be?
It's going to be me, Bob. It's been me all along.
Vince McMahon. Tell me, Vince McMahon.
It's not going to be Vince. No, me. HW, baby.
Oh, okay. I thought because you're doing this, it was like, it was me, Austin. It was me all along. No, I know it's not Jeff Hardy, Mark Knight. Yeah, and Matt confirmed that as well. But okay, so here's the thing.
I have.
Go ahead.
I think it's either going to be Killer Cross or Keith Lee.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Keith Lee. But bringing up Jeff Hardy, that's a choice. A lot of people think it's Jeff Hardy because of the allusions to the ladder match and all that stuff. Dude, Tanahashi's never leaving freaking New Japan. Tanahashi's a god in New Japan. He's not going to leave New Japan to become like the next guy in the friggin' mill to be the world champion. Now don't get me wrong. I really want Tanahashi to have a stateside run because I think he's amazing. He's on my Mount Rushmore, and he's fantastic. But he ain't leaving New Japan. Ain't no way in hell. But Jeff Hardy, here's the thing about Jeff that I don't think. Oh yeah, no, trust me, bro. Trust me. If Tanahashi walks through that thing, I ain't gonna be mad. I'm gonna be like, there's your next world champion, people. So dream on, dreamer. But here's why I still say Jeff is an extreme dark horse. I'm saying 99.99999% chance that it's not Jeff. But there is a slight chance. And the reason why I say that
is... you're saying he's got a chance.
He's got a chance. And the reason for that is how messed up and how messy legal-wise his release from WWE is now that his test has come back negative. So there's some people were saying, what the freaking hell?
Wait, what are you doing? No.
There's some people are saying that because of the way he was released, he has legal precedent to sue WWE. We all know that WWE, especially right now, they are super, super, super protective of their image. So could it be possible that he works something out with them so that they released him, completely from his 90-day no compete clause? It's possible, but I honestly don't think so because something that big, we would have heard about it. Like if he sued WWE, we'd know about it. Somebody would have said something. So that's why but then again, you never know, man. There could be some stuff done behind closed doors, that kind of thing. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm unprofessional. This entire production is slapdash, people. Haven't you figured that out by now? But that's why I don't think it's Jeff Hardy. I think Keith Lee is probably. I really think Keith Lee is like the number one possibility. I know that, like I said, Jeff Hardy was one of the things. Wyndham Rotunda, aka Bray Wyatt, is another one that people thought was possible. It just feels like considering considering how popular Keith Lee is and how just absolutely shocked everybody was that they fired him, and also he's been building up his media presence lately, especially congratulations to Keith Lee and Mia Yim on their marriage, dude. How talk about a friggin' what is it that you do after you get married?
You go on a honeymoon.
You go on a honeymoon. Thank you. My brain took a fart and didn't want to work. How badass of a honeymoon would it be that you get married and then a couple days later y'all walk out on friggin' Dynamite?
And you were saying about it before. If Keith Lee comes in, she's not far behind.
Oh no, they're going to be a package deal. And honestly, I would really like to see Mia Yim in the women's division, AEW. I think she could be. We talked about how they just need that like one or two more top stars, top people to really be like. I already think that their women's division has improved so much that they are on par with WWE. I think they're a little bit below Impact, because Impact has a really good women's division. Don't sleep on Impact's women's division. I still think that WWE just has a couple more polished stars than they do. But if they get Mia Yim, that changes. And I honestly think that elevates their women's division to being right there. So, but we know if he comes out tomorrow night, if she's not with him already when he comes out, she will be very soon. So, yeah, I honestly, I'm leaning towards Keith Lee. Now this actually, and Courtney's right. They don't have what's her name? Raquel Gonzalez, not Raquel Gonzalez.
No.
Rachel, what's her last name? Ellering. Rachel Ellering. Rachel Ellering is no longer in Impact. So, but that's the other thing too, is some people are saying, is like, everybody's talking about it being a guy. It could be a woman. It could be someone who's either their contract expired or they were let go and now they're jumping ship.
Yeah, but Tony Khan said whoever's coming through is wrestling Isaiah Cassidy on Rampage.
Yep, that's Friday. The other thing. I'm just saying, we've seen crazier things. Okay.
Yeah, I know. We've seen Tessa Blanchard as
Blanchard
as the Impact World Champion.
Yeah, dude. If Nia Jax comes walking out, are you? Taya Valkyrie. Taya Valkyrie was also released. I think she's on the same thing with Jeff Hardy though.
Yeah, I mean, another possibility. I know a lot of people have been talking about it is John Morrison.
I just don't feel like, hey,
Big Daddy,
in the chaos, Big Daddy.
All is well, Big Daddy.
Yeah, it is. I'm definitely a lot better than I was a few weeks ago. But and by the way, guys, check out the Big Daddy's channel. Check him out on all the social media. I caught his last video. It was actually really good. So check out the Big Daddy. Oh no, that's right. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm thinking about Tony Storm. I'm sorry. You're right though. She was in NXT, so she only had 30 days, so she's done. Please, not Nia Jax. What, you don't want him to come out? You don't want her to come out and hurt the guy? But which, by the way, holy crap, dude! What about that interview that she gave? Dude, man, you talk about spilling some tea. She just threw everybody under the bus. That was like, okay. I think some law enforcement's gonna be knocking on WWE's door, going, "Hey, can we talk to you for a minute?" Malacino, I'm hardly ever wrong, Bob. All right. Shut up. Whatever.
Right. Mr. Hardly Ever Wrong. Who do you think is going to be Maldacito?
Okay. Yeah. Who do you guys think? Who do you guys think is walking through the forbidden door? I think it's Keith Lee. Another possibility could be Killer Cross. That's another possibility. Frank's leaning towards Keith Lee as well. On a lesser note, another thing, a possibility, and I know this is something I've been beaten with a dead horse, beaten like a dead horse. Could be the Briscoes. Just because one of them is in a match doesn't mean that they're both not coming. So could be the Briscoes. I mean, they come out, whoop the hell out of somebody, make a statement. Big Daddy says he's thinking Cross. Yeah, I'd say the two top contenders are Keith Lee and Killer Cross. So here's another question: if it is Cross, is Scarlett with him? Because those two are an item as well. Like those two are kind of like, if we take one of us, you got to take the other. Takes villain.
Yeah, I was thinking Gargano when we had Beach Break in Cleveland, but his wife is expecting any day now. So their first kid, he's not gonna come.
He's not coming until after.
He's not gonna come into any promotion until after that baby's born.
Yeah. Yeah, and he kind of pretty much said that. So that's okay. Now Maldacito, that's another one of the guys that I said is a possibility, because Juice Robinson's contract with New Japan is up, and he's been stateside this whole time. He's another one that I think is a possibility. Now, here's the thing: we're talking about the top people that are the possibility. All right. Now, some of the people that are lower down on the card that, I wouldn't be disappointed when they come in, but some people probably would, because they're building their expectations up. Everyone's like, oh, it's going to be Killer Cross. Oh, it's going to be Keith Lee. Oh, it's going to be Wyndham Rotunda, Jeff Hardy. And then if someone like Juice Robinson comes out, they're going to be like, what? And they're like, oh, okay. Samoa Joe's another one that people are throwing around. For me, Juice Robinson would be a great pickup for AEW.
Yep.
I love Juice Robinson. Like if you want to see just how good Juice Robinson is, go check out his matches that he had with Jon Moxley. Dude, they were fantastic. His matches with Moxley, him and Finley versus the God in not last year's World Tag League, but the one before. Dude, this guy's great. He's really good. Like you said, John Morrison. If John Morrison comes there, I'm not going to be mad at that. Some people might be disappointed, but I ain't going to be mad at him showing up. So, Courtney said, "Who is this Juice you speak of? Never heard of him." Juice Robinson is a wrestler he wrestles for New Japan. He's been on New Japan Strong a lot. He was a former tag team champion, former United States champion. He's actually really good. I really like Juice. He's kind of a character. He's a little goofy at times. He's very flamboyant. But when he gets in the ring, man, the dude can go. And like I said, check out the matches he had with Moxley 3 years ago to see how good this guy is. He's awesome. Juice is still dating Tony Storm. That would be a good package deal. Yeah, it would. Maldacito says, let's be honest. These never meet the mark expectations. It only really ever works when it's a true surprise. Yeah. I mean, you look at the last couple though, man, they've been friggin' earth shattering. You got, Adam Cole, you got Bryan Danielson,
CM Punk.
You got CM Punk. I mean, those were friggin', like I said, they were earth shattering.
You think Bully Ray has any wrestling left in him?
Yeah, he might have one or two matches left in him. Why you talking about the rumors that it's that it might be Bully Ray?
I don't know. I don't know if there was a rumor out there that it would be him.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he's done. I think
Yeah,
he's got a nice cushy position at Busted Open.
Yeah, Courtney, I don't know if Tony Storm is married to Juice. I think they're just dating.
I think they're just dating. But Samoa Joe's another one that could be a big deal. I don't see Joe doing a ladder match though.
No.
Well, actually, wait, okay. Clarification. It's not a ladder match. I just remembered. It's not a ladder match. It's a qualifying match to be in the ladder match. Nick Aldis versus Gresham. Hell yeah, I'd be behind that. Someone said that Nick Aldis's contract is up soon as well. So I don't see Nick Aldis leaving the NWA though. Gresham, like right now I'm going through all the other possibilities in my head, and I'm like, no. Like everyone's Jay White, he's signed with New Japan through I think 2024. He signed.
Is he with Impact too though?
Well, he's got the same kind of thing with Moxley. He can go work other dates as long as they don't negatively impact New Japan. And that's what he's been doing. And because remember, you got to remember, Impact tapes all their stuff like back to back over like a course of a week or two. They tape all their episodes ahead of time.
I don't think
match. Oh, really? That's actually Aldis versus Gresham is happening. They just announced it on NWA. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Maldacito, I don't think Bully Ray ever married. I think it was with Velvet Sky, but they were never married though.
No. Another person, but I say Jay White. Jay White signed, people forget, Jay White signed a 7-year contract with New Japan 2 years ago. Like two and a half. Like, yeah. So he's there at least until 2024. Probably 2025. Will Ospreay was another one that they're saying might be doing it, but he signed through until I believe 2024.
Yeah. Courtney, if it's that's going to be a big disappointment for the fans.
People will be pissed. Unless Tony Khan is trying to turn into Vince McMahon and have everybody hate him, then yeah. Yeah, I love Jay White. I think Jay White's one of the 3 best heels working today. Could it be Regal? Regal's not getting in the ring. Okay.
Yeah, he's 53 years old right now. I just can't see him wrestling again. Not saying he can't. I mean, look at Sting, but
yeah,
I just can't see him if he beats Isaiah Cassidy, which he should, but having Regal in a ladder match, I just don't see it.
Yeah. Now here's what I could see. Yeah, Sting is 60, dude.
Yeah,
Sting is old. Now here's what I could see. I could see like because like I said, Tony likes to put swerves on things. So what if whoever the new person coming in comes out with William Regal? That would be dope. Dude, people would lose their minds if that happened. Honestly, if AEW was smart, they would hire William Regal to be the mouthpiece for AEW. They would hire him to do exactly what he did in NXT.
Yep.
And just do what you did there because it was perfect. But now I could see that being a situation where William Regal comes out, and I think William Regal is going to show up somewhere very, very soon. I'm hoping it's AEW because holy crap, dude. Can you imagine if he showed up and he just anybody who's a wrestling fan knows who he is and loves him to death. So, what was the other? There was a couple other outside things. Someone said Okada. Okada's never leaving New Japan. Okada's not leaving New Japan until he's done. Okay. He is the golden boy in New Japan. Anytime he wants to be the top guy there, he just has to say so. Yeah, Courtney said we sure do. Hell yeah. But and then like someone said Tanahashi. Tanahashi, I'm pretty sure he's still under contract for like another 2 years. I could be wrong on that. But Tanahashi's one of the few people I could see doing that. But if he did, he would demand a lot of things, because honestly, the top people in New Japan, even though Tanahashi's getting up there in years, the top people in New Japan: Okada, Tanahashi, Naito, Will Ospreay. Those are the 4 biggest people in New Japan right now. Watch Dan Lambert bring some UFC guy to wrestle full time.
I didn't get that whole Dan Lambert.
Yeah, I'll tell you honestly, I'm kind of souring on Dan Lambert a little bit. I think they're using him way too much. And I don't give a rat's ass about the stuff with him and Brandy.
Yeah, you got a heel coming out, and then you got a heel manager coming out.
Yeah, I don't care. It's like the 2 of them on the screen together is go away heat.
I mean, setting up what's her name versus Brandy Rhodes, like she'd kill her.
Well, yeah, well, she would murder. Oh, you talk about God, why is my brain not
Van Zant?
Yeah, Paige Van Zant. Paige Van Zant would kill every single friggin' woman on the women's roster. She's a legit. She's a former. God Lord, man, she would kill everybody. But we all know that's not reality. So, I mean, that's just like Ronda Rousey would kill everybody on the women's division.
Shayna Baszler should be killing everybody in.
Shayna Baszler should be murdering everybody. That's just. But hasn't gotten it. Here's the thing though. I think he was brought in to do exactly what he's doing. He was brought in to be the troublemaker. That's what he's doing. And I was okay with him when he was only with a few people, but now he's coming out every friggin' week, starting shit with everybody. I don't need that. Paige, because she's a freaking fighter, not a dancer. Which did the dance include headlocks and friggin' arm bars? Ugh. Dancing with the Stars, man. But
she'd be dancing in that UFC ring with some people.
Yeah. What was another name that people were banding about, but wasn't really likely? Braun Strowman, or what's his real name? Adam
Shearer.
Something? Adam Shearer. Him and EC3.
Yeah.
But I don't see that happening. I think they like hanging out. Okay. I think they like hanging out too much. Hang on. Do me a favor. Keep polling everybody. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, that's it. Bob's out of here. Yeah, it's my show now. Hey, anyways, talking about this past week. We'll be going on and on and on and on about Forbidden Door. Yeah. Yeah. And the sailor said, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Yes. Yeah, I just didn't like that whole Brandy Dan Lambert segment at all. Calling Chicago Cleveland. And yeah, she's gonna get massive heat for that. And then you got this guy who comes out with her heat, or his heat, with Van Zant. It's like, come on. And Van Zant versus Brandy should be a no contest over like 10 seconds. But what did y'all think about MJF versus CM Punk? In CM Punk's hometown of Chicago, I was a little surprised that they actually had that match. I thought something might come up where might be some outside interference from FTR and a little bit more from maybe Shawn Spears and Wardlow all come out there and be a schmoz and beat down of CM Punk like it was before. I honestly didn't expect it to be a pin by MJF, and actually 2 pins, because he used that chain or whatever to choke him out and got caught on that. And then he popped him with the diamond ring. But yeah, so a little bit surprised with that CM Punk. I was talking about CM Punk MJF.
Yeah.
I was a little bit surprised. I was a little bit surprised it wasn't like a schmoz or something like that. And FTR, somebody came out. I was surprised that they had that match to its conclusion with, even though it was double pin by MJF.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's and a lot of people. That was a match where either you really liked it or you hated it.
But that's what CM Punk came to AEW for, to put guys like MJF over.
He said that he came there to wrestle these young guys and help build them into future stars. Dude, the heat that friggin' MJF is gonna get off of that is gonna propel him to the freaking moon. It's perfect. In my mind, it's perfect. It's like, holy crap. Because here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna get MJF Punk 2 at Revolution.
You should.
Okay. And it'll end. That'll be where we get where he gets his win over MJF, but he's gonna get his win over MJF because Wardlow's gonna be like, I'm done with this shit. That's where that's gonna happen. It's perfect setup.
And I want MJF, if they're not gonna put the world title on them, to be the TNT champion before the year's over.
I would love to see MJF do I am the pillar of the pillars. Like, I am the guy. And just have him go through each of the pillars, one after the other, go after Sammy, take the title off of him. Yeah. He said he was going to do it and sticking to his word. That honestly doesn't happen in wrestling too often. No, it doesn't. And I love the fact, and the way he's doing it is so good. Because he's like, he's not just handing it to him, he's playing to his strengths. And you know, Max cheated to win, which is what a heel should do. Dude, that is vintage Ric Flair stuff there. That is vintage $1 Million Man. You know, that's what Max is. Max is a combination of Ric Flair and Ted DiBiase. You know, and he's so good at it, and he's so young. We get to watch this dude be an asshole for the next 25 years. Guevara and Allen, yeah, dude, dude. That's what I say. I want to see him go through. I want to see him go through Jungle. I want to see him to prove like, I am the pillar, and then go through Jungle Boy, go through Darby Allin, and then he faces off with Sammy Guevara, and he takes the belt off of Sammy, and he now the TNT champion. He's the number 2 guy in the company, and then he can legitimately go after the world title.
Yeah, I like that leg kick. I really like that interaction between Moxley and Matt and Danielson.
Yeah, it was awesome, dude. And to be completely honest, I kind of want to see. I know Moxley's not going to join him. Moxley's not going to join Danielson. But I would still like to see Danielson do what he said he wanted to do. Be like, okay, screw you. Like, just have them. Obviously, they're going to have an awesome match, or series of matches, and then just have him be like, okay, well, screw you. I'll do it myself, and then take some of these young guys and build a legitimate stable. Basically, do the Nightmare Factory, but do it better. You know, someone said that it was like the Diamond Mine. Don't teach me. don't do that.
You did Danielson and Moxley forming a new one.
Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. And that's how I think it should go. I think it should you should have the storyline where he goes through all the pillars and it finishes with Sammy takes the belt, and then he goes after Hangman, and then he takes the title. MJF, really, honestly, in my personal opinion, I know it's probably going to be Bryan Danielson. But MJF should be the next world champion, in my opinion. Like I really feel like that like the time's come. Put the belt on him. I know he's young, but he's so freaking over, and he's so good at just being a dick. He's so good at it.
And you could do the what they did to Flair with MJF and be a 16-time champion.
Yeah, because here's the thing: the idea behind it is that back in the day, the idea was the babyface always chased the heel. That's the way it worked back in the day, and I really feel like that's something that can work, that they need to go back to, because it creates so much drama. Dude, how many times did Flair go up against Sting and against Dusty and Sting, Magnum TA, Luger, and he was getting his ass kicked, and he just ekes it out at the end because the Horsemen were there backing him up, man.
Yep.
And he just ekes it out at the end. He just gets it in, like, I mean, seriously, man, it's just, that's the way it works.
Just ekes it out because JJ Dillon does something.
Yep.
You don't even need a Horseman. There's just JJ out there.
Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, exactly, dude. Like as these guys get better and better and better and better, you got to start working them into the title scene. And I think MJF right now, he's the one guy of all three of them I really think is ready for the world title scene. I really think he is. Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Loses by DQ and retains. Like now that's something I don't think they should do a lot, because I hate DQ finishes, and most people do hate DQ finishes. But you could do one, one or two, and get away with it. And then that sets up as, okay, well, obviously you're trying to cheat, so now it's no DQ. But then that opens the door up for the heel to use even dirtier tactics, because he doesn't have to hide anymore.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. The face should always chase the heel. And I really think that he should be next. But it's going to be Bryan Danielson, and then very possibly I don't see them putting the world title on CM Punk. I do see them possibly putting the TNT title on him.
Yeah.
Or the tag title. With him tagging with somebody. I think that's a ways down the road, though. But
yeah, you got the baby faces in the men's with the men's title, and the heels with the women's titles.
Yeah. See, Dynamite. What did we have? What did you? Okay, so we know about the whole the whole rigmarole with Brian Kendrick, and they changed the Moxley match to Wheeler Yuta. What did you think about what did you think about that match
with Utah?
Yeah,
with Yuta, I thought it was pretty good. I thought Yuta versus Danielson was really good. Right.
Yeah, I actually like Wheeler Yuta. I think he's a little small. I think he needs to bulk up a little bit, but he's also super young. Again, another super young guy who's really talented. So they could build. That's another guy. If unfortunately I think he's still signed with New Japan, but he's another guy. I was actually.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Anybody you put in with Danielson, Bryan, those guys are going to help elevate them to a higher level. I mean, look what they did with him versus Page, and Punk versus Darby Allin. I mean, those are great matches.
Yeah. I didn't care for the Brandy Rhodes, Dan Lambert segment. I thought it was terrible. I love Paige Van Zandt, but I don't give a crap about that. Backstage segment with Matt Hardy and with Isaiah Cassidy was okay. You kind of get the feeling that Matt's losing interest in that gimmick. He wants to do something else. Dude, the minute his brother's available, he's done. I think that's why they passed. I think that's why they passed it off to Andrade, who I really wish Andrade was in more matches. I know he's doing a lot of stuff in Mexico, but I really feel like his time on AEW hasn't been great. Am I the only one who was a little disappointed in Pac and Penta versus Malachi Black and Brody King? It was, don't get me wrong, it was a really good, it was a good match, but I expected a little bit. I don't know. I just felt like the ending they could have done something a little better with the ending, left a little more mystery to it or something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, two different styles with Penta and Pac against those guys.
I love Pac, dude. That's a guy. I know he's got. Mousy said, "Yes, you are, Bob." AEW needs a cruiserweight title. There's a lot of talent in the below 205 group. What do you think they could do with? Yeah, I've said that before. I think they need a junior heavyweight title. I think they need they need that. I've said that from day one. I think there's so many guys they have there that are below, like you said, below 205 that they could have amazing matches. And if you look at New Japan, the way New Japan does their junior heavyweight title, that belt is almost as prestigious as the world title. Like it's literally considered pretty much the number 2 belt in New Japan. Now, the last year or two, it's been kind of bandied about a bit, but that's because of COVID and lack of a lot of their roster there. So, but that belt is like, dude, you look at the people who held that belt, and it's amazing. You know, Will Ospreay, Shingo Takagi, Hiromu Takahashi. It's awesome, you know. But and AEW's got so many people that could be really, really good in a junior heavyweight division. But there's almost more best friends than Dark Order people. Dude, I did not expect them to put like Danhausen in the best friends.
I didn't expect that.
It's weird. It doesn't really fit him, but I mean, I get it that he's kind of a gimmick character, just like Orange Cassidy is, but he's really manic. if you ever watched any videos with the dude, he's just all over the place. So I don't know. That was weird. I think a feud with Dark Order versus House of Black would be a natural rivalry. Dark Order's kind of become a goofy gimmick group too. Other than like the way that they were before, like the way they were with Brody. Yeah, I would say that would 100% be a natural feud. But the way they are now, they're just like, I don't know. They're just like everybody's uncle. They're like that uncle that comes around your house every once in a while and gives you candy. You know, they're weird. I like them. You know, I like them. I like Evil Uno. I like Stu Grayson. John Silver's friggin' awesome. But they're in a weird kind of position where it's like, where you go with that? But no, and then was it? I do think, man, they really need to. I don't know what's going on with Hangman. He needs to be on television more, and he needs to be promoted more. The way that they're doing him right now is kind of weird.
We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we also got the Inner Circle. Here's a question: is the Inner Circle breaking up?
Yes,
I think they are. I think they're done. I think we're going to get a beat down. So here's the way I would do it. Probably not the way they're going to do it. Here's the way I would do it. Chris comes out. He's like, hey, he's like, they're going back and forth. I would have Sammy turn on him. I'd have Sammy be like, you're always doing this. Like, even if he doesn't like just like beat him down or anything. He just turned him and says, "Listen, you may not realize it, but you do this. You always make it about you. Right? You know, the guys are right." And everybody abandons Jericho. But here's the question: what do you do with Jericho after that?
Sign him up in Jim Ross's spot because I don't think Jim Ross has much time left.
Do I think Jericho's going to retire? I don't think Jericho will ever fully retire until he's literally not able to walk to the ring.
It's gonna be like Terry Funk.
Mm-hmm. I think Jericho will keep going. Now here's what I do think will happen. I think Jericho will step away and like you probably become a commentator because, like you said, I don't think Ross is. I don't like thinking like that, but I don't think Jim Ross is going to be around much longer. So I can see him, moving into that kind of a role, and then wrestling every once in a while, like friggin' Bill Goldberg does.
No,
wrestle two or three matches a year, or like the Undertaker was for the last 10 years before he retired.
Speaking of which, we got him versus Roman Reigns at
Undertaker
Chamber. No, Goldberg.
Oh, Goldberg, yeah.
Goldberg versus Reigns.
Look,
55-year-old Goldberg.
The Inner Circle is fine, just fine. Yeah. Look, I get why they do that, why they bring those legends back, especially for the Saudi Arabia shows, because if someone's paying you $1 billion and saying we want this person, this person, this person, this person, you're gonna get this person, this person, this person, and this person. Here's the thing, though. Bill is one of the last people they could do this stuff with. Okay, Bill Goldberg, Cena, and The Rock are the three people that they can keep doing this stuff with. But if you notice, it's getting harder and harder and harder for them to get The Rock and Cena to do this kind of stuff. Now Cena's more open to it, I think, than The Rock is. Man, they gotta really pitch something to The Rock and put some serious friggin' scratch in his hand for him to do this stuff anymore. Goldberg ain't gonna be able to keep doing this stuff for much longer. So what do you do when the tank runs dry? You haven't really built anybody to take over the spot that these guys have.
That's why they keep feeding them Lesnar at the
Lesnar's another one. Like it ain't gonna be much longer before Lesnar's like the friggin' Undertaker, where he only wrestles maybe once or twice a year. Comes in for like a couple of weeks, goes away, comes back at the end of the year for a couple of weeks, goes away. That's about the way it's going to be with Lesnar here before too long. Bobby Lashley's what, 42? These guys are he's 45. Yeah, these guys are getting up there, man. And Lesnar, I think, is close. Yeah, he's 44.
Yep.
So they got like another 5 years with those two. Like another 5, if they're lucky, maybe another 5 or 6 years with those guys. I don't see Lesnar doing this until he's like 55. I don't see him doing that. Lashley, I don't see Lashley doing that either. I think Lashley would rather go do something else. Like the only way that you can extend it to that point like that is if you put them on something like an Undertaker kind of contract.
Yeah, and The Rock's 49 years old.
Yeah, Rock's almost 50.
Yep.
He's jacked to the freaking gills, but he's 50. Like I said, they're not going to have these guys to depend on much longer. And there's not really a crop of people coming through to take over. Yeah, Lesnar's the same age as when Vince made fun of Hogan's age in WCW. Yeah. JR is fine. A Moscow Mule a night keeps the Undertaker at flight. Yeah, like I said, man, I don't want to think like that. I don't. I love JR. The guy's been the voice of wrestling my entire life. Him and Tony Schiavone. So, but and Gorilla Monsoon. So I don't want to think like that, but eventually everybody's got to step away, man. Braun Breaker could take Goldberg's spot. They could have him beat Lesnar and establish. Dude, yeah, like Braun Breaker. Don't get me wrong, he's still a little green. He needs some work. That guy is the only thing that's come out of the new NXT that's worth a shit. Yeah, at least right now. I think there's some people that could be good later, but right now, that dude, he's a little more seasoning away from being ready for the main roster. And when you do put him on the main roster, you better friggin' push that guy to the moon. Quit your nonsensical rambling and hit the go home.
Telling us to call it a night, Montecito.
Yep. Yeah, we're done. We're done rambling. But yeah, like, oh wait, real quick, let me see what the results of the poll were. And the poll. And see here. End result was split between somebody else and Keith Lee. So it's Keith Lee or somebody else. Which doesn't really harden the target very much, but there you go. Yeah, here's the thing though. We're gonna find out, guys, tomorrow. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm trying to curb my expectations because I don't think it's very possible that it's going to be somebody, one of the middle of the road guys that we're talking about. I wouldn't be mad about that, but I don't think it's going to get the reaction that a lot of people are expecting. But yeah, anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Enjoy AEW tomorrow, and we will see you guys all next week. Take care.
See ya.